3 years ago when I was going through some intensive therapy, it was hard for me seeing myself get back to this point. But I just had to listen to my therapist and my doctors and have faith that I would. And I want to start out by saying I've got to give all the thanks and glory to God for allowing me to be a part of something this special. He's the reason that I'm able to do what I'm doing. And this has been our goal all season, is first of all to win a conference championship and get to the national tournament. And looking at our team, we're taking three seniors, a sophomore, Brett Berry, who Trans-South Conference Player of the Year, a freshman, and Stephen Kofelt, who has played in, I guess, every tournament this year. And so we really believe that we have a chance to go up there and do something special, not just play well and finish high, but we think we can go up there, and if we play our game, we think we have a chance to win this. About 6:30, as the storm system started getting pretty close, the sirens went off shortly after that, and all the residents, life workers at Union, were rushing through the dorms, telling all the guys and girls that lived in the girls' dorm they needed to get downstairs and take cover in the rooms below. So me and my roommates, we left our upstairs dorm and went downstairs, talked to the guys below us. We knew the guys who lived below us, and we decided to go down to the men's Commons building. After being in there for maybe 5 minutes, a couple of residents, life workers, came rushing in, telling us we needed to get in the bathroom, take cover is right now as fast as possible because one was getting close. And so, of course, none of the guys who were going downstairs and none of us really were taking it real serious because we never actually expected to be the one to get hit by an actual tornado. But we rushed in the bathroom really quick. We were inside the bathroom for maybe a minute, and it was all of a sudden we were standing there talking. I'm leaning against the edge of the sink, and it was like a bomb went off outside the bathroom door outside the building. The door blew in off the hinges, the lights went off, and the walls began to crack and just cave in on us. And all of our ears began to pop from the pressure of the building coming down on us. The door, when it came off the hinges, actually knocked me to the ground. I fell in an awkward position where I had my legs out in front of me, bent to the side, and there was just tons of concrete stacked up from my legs. We didn't know at the time how tall the pile of rubble was on top of us, but there was 25 feet of rubble over us. It all happened within seconds. It's like the building came down, and 2 seconds later we're buried alive underneath 25 feet of rubble. So we began hollering up to above us, see if anybody could hear us. But it took about 20 minutes before anybody actually heard us from outside the pile of rubble. After being down there for about 20 minutes, we heard some students talking outside of the pile of rubble, and we yelled out as loud as we could, "Help! We need out. We're stuck underneath here." And we heard the voices say, "Hey, there's people under here," and they began to call, asking us our names. So we gave them our names, and they said, "There's help on the way. The rescue workers are coming. We'll let them know where you are." And so students went, found rescue workers, brought them to the pile, and when the rescue workers got there, like I said, the tornado hit at 7:02. I was the second to last one to be pulled out, and I was pulled out just before midnight. It was so they lifted me out of the hole, took me to the ambulance. The next thing I can remember was the next morning, waking up in a hospital bed with my legs being wrapped up, my legs being swelled up to the size of watermelons from the swelling. But they did the initial surgery that night as soon as I got to the hospital, where they cut open 8 different spots in my legs to relieve the swelling in my legs. I had so much nerve damage, crushing injuries to my legs. My nerves and my legs were crushed. And so I was taken to the hospital that night, February 5th, 2008, and I was released April 18th. So I was in there for 2.5 months. I had 4 different surgeries while I was in the hospital. I was taken into surgery 4 different times. The first one was the initial surgery to cut the 8 different spots open, and the next 3 were just to close whatever spots up that they could. I was able to play in matches, the 18-hole matches using a cart. I was granted that cart exemption, and after the fall season, Coach and I had to step it up, and Coach Rushing was good about pushing me. When I came out here, it wasn't always fun, but he got me help. He was a big part of getting me back to where I needed to be, where I could walk and compete in college and tournament play, walking like everybody else. Even though I was able to use a cart and ride, it still wasn't the same. It wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to be out there being the only one in a golf cart. I wanted to walk like everybody else out there. Finally, by the time the beginning of the spring season got there, I was able to walk 18 holes, and actually qualified for our first spring college tournament to start out the spring season. And so that was pretty special to me, my first time out walking and carrying my clothes on my back again, the first tournament of the spring. The legs are very crucial in the golf swing, and especially your balance. And that was one of the main things that I struggled with, was the whole balance aspect of the golf swing. And there's times where I still do struggle with it, but it's one of those things where I've made adjustments to my swing. I've gotten used to it, and I'm able to play with it, and it really doesn't affect my game anymore. I don't let it affect my game. My legs have, of course, obviously come a long ways and gotten a lot stronger since I was released from the hospital. But that was one of the main things that I struggled with, was balance. But I guess it's taken me. I guess it took me a year to get back to where I needed to be to compete in tournaments, and get taken almost 3 years to get back to where I needed to be to compete in a national tournament. And so I just feel extremely blessed to be able to come out here with these guys and do what I'm doing. I feel like in life we're all going to face hard times. We're all going to have struggles. We're all going to face tough times, and you can't run from those tough times. When you do, you have to embrace them, because I feel like God uses those times to shape you and mold you into the person that He wants you to be. And that's kind of in my whole outlook on this process, is this whole thing that I've gone through is God has a purpose for each of us, and I don't know what His purpose for me in this is, but my faith is definitely stronger than it's ever been after this. And man, I'm so thankful that He's given me a chance to still come out here and play the game that I love.